We have another super chat here from Bryant. Says, I want Booker versus Austin in the supermarket round 2. We need it again. Run it back.
Hey man, you can't recreate something like that. You really can't. You really can't. That's like, trying to do the 10 Commandments now, trying to do that move. You can't do it. It wouldn't be the same. It's like doing Ben-Hur now. You can't do it. It wouldn't be the same. Exactly. It would be the
crap.
same. So exactly. So Stone Cold and I in the grocery store, it wouldn't happen.
Let me ask you though.
Again, it'd be a different outcome. I can tell you that.
Well, you know what? It's interesting because more than any other time in the last 20 years, it's possible. Why is it possible? News broke late Monday evening that WWE has been making overtures to Stone Cold Steve Austin to have him back for a meaningful match at WrestleMania 38. The rumored opponent, Mr. Kevin Owens, who's also a purveyor of the Stunner. It would be seemingly Stunner versus Stunner if this happens. Of course, this is all hearsay, but Booker T, what do you think about the possibility of, after 19 years, Steve Austin laces him up for one more game?
Hey man, I can tell you one. I like it. How you gonna tell a man, that he can't, do it like he did once upon a time? How you gonna tell a man that, I ain't got the juice no more? How you gonna tell a man? How you gonna tell a man you can't do it? Stone Cold Steve Austin, one of the greatest of all times that ever did it. For me, I don't know. It's scary. It's scary because being out of the ring for 19 years, 19 years, and then make that walk one more time. And it's in your head, I can do this. I can do this. No problem. I can do this. Just keep walking. Just keep walking. It's one of those type of deals, and then you get in the ring, you hit the ropes one time, and you go, oh man, this feels good. I'm back. And then the question is, can I pull this off? That's what Steve is right now. Steve is going to go out and do it his way, and win or lose. It's a win just watching Steve Austin make the walk, the glass breaking, chugging a Steamweiser. That right there alone is going to be worth the price of admission. Just that alone. I always said Stone Cold Steve Austin had the best ring interest out of all of us. I thought my interest was cool, but I thought, man, I wish I had Stone Cold Steve Austin's interest. You know what I mean? When they actually had the glass that would actually break on the stage. Yeah. Oh, good God, man. It was an awesome deal, So for me, he's one of the guys that you say, man, if anybody, could come back one more time, be Steve Austin, man, I want to see. So I like this. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I definitely think that Steve Austin coming back, does it excite me as a fan? Yeah. Because I remember being 5 years old, getting 2 small cans of Treetop apple juice and slamming them together and pouring them all over myself like I was Steve Austin, right? Like I was a fan. I mean, Steve Austin is one of the biggest of all time. So to see him come back, I was in the building at Mania 32 in Dallas when Steve Austin came out and stunned the New Day and everything. And when that glass shattered, there was 101,763 people going insane, and I was one of them, right? So to see him make the walk would be incredible. I couldn't even imagine. But at the same token, would I want to see it, right? Like, would I want to see him at 57?
Man, he's older than I am. Man, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I looked up. He's 57.
Like a young man now.
I mean, yes and no. I think that, and the only reason I say no is because he left it at such a high. He was the Texas Rattlesnake, didn't slow down a bit. WrestleMania, Seattle with The Rock, went out looking up at the lights. It's just like one of those storybook endings to his career.
Yeah.
And he and The Rock completed this trilogy of matches at WrestleMania. It was perfect. And I think Kevin Owens, if he's coming back, that's as greatest opponent as any that you can find. I agree with that. But it's just, do you want that last one? Because that last one you had was so sweet. Don't go. We saw what Taker did in his documentary. He said, I had to keep chasing the dragon. If that match didn't work out well, I had to go do another one.
One of those
If that
deals,
one didn't
man.
work out well, I got to do another one.
I don't think that's it for Steve. I think it's one of those deals, man, where he's been away from the game for, like I say, 19 years. Steve Austin, he's not a guy who wanted to walk away from the business. All right. He was pretty much forced out due to health reasons, man. His back, his neck, his knees. And then after, sitting on the sideline for 20 years, healing up, you feel pretty good, at least good enough to say, man, I could do this one more time. I could just do one match. I'm not talking about a run. I'm not talking about trying to come back and do some house show. I'm talking about I could suck it up for one match, just like Rocky Balboa did in Rocky V. Just one fight.
Six.
We could call it a six. Was it six? Yeah, Rocky six. Yeah. It's an exhibition. It's not even a real fight. You don't want to see that.
I mean, look, yes, I do. Like, I absolutely do. I'm in. I'm 100% in. I'm just thinking about the end of his story was so perfect.
But the thing is, just see this. You don't see him coming back and giving Kevin Owens a freaking major stunner.
Oh God, that'd be great.
And the crowd going crazy. You don't see that as another great moment that you could put,
It could be. It could be. I'm not a risk taker, Book. I'm not a risk taker.
I mean,
it was great.
It's not a risk. I'm writing the script. You going over, kid. It's one of those type of
Okay, well, if it's that easy, then y'all can shoot the supermarket part 2. I'll write the script. I'll put you over this time, Book. I'll make sure it happens. And you only get one take.
Look here.
Don't talk about this cinematic BS.
Look here. I'm not talking about me coming back, okay? I don't want to come back and do anything like that. But I'm just saying, man, I think the script written properly, Stone Cold Steve Austin coming back, having a freaking moment at WrestleMania 38. Doesn't get any bigger than that. That's what WrestleMania has always been about. Great stories, giving people a moment that they're going to remember for the rest of their lives. A lot of people of this era never got a chance to see Stone Cold Steve Austin deliver that stunner in the ring, live and in living color. So wow. I say, let's do it. Give a man a break. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back.